Okay, so today was actually today is the 10th, the 10th. Yes, the 10th. The 10th of March. Today was actually okay. I woke up late, obviously, cuz like my life. Actually no, that's a lie. I woke up at 6:30, which usually isn't late, but I didn't take a shower last night, so I had to take one this morning. And the water pressure in my house sucks, so it took me a fucking half hour to take a shower. And look at this hair. Whoa, it's like a monster. Um, and my bus comes at 7:15. So I got out of the shower at 7 o'clock. And normally I'd be able to like do that to get ready in 15 minutes and get on the bus. But really, actually no, it doesn't come at 7:15 anymore. It comes at 7:12. Even then, I've woken up at like I'm supposed to leave at 7:05. Sometimes I've woken up at like 7 o'clock and gone and like thrown on new clothes and been like, oh shit, and run out the door. But like today, everyone in my house was up, so that was not possible. Um, Went to math, did derivatives. Woo. Went to chorus, made fun of the chorus teacher a bit more. Sang this song that I've had stuck in my head all day called Witness. You'll be a witness for my Lord. You'll be a witness for my Lord. Oh, that's the wrong words for the wrong part. Whatever. I'll be a witness for my Lord. There we go. And oh, it's crazy. Crazy song. I don't even know what's going on in that song. But I listened to it sung by the University of Utah Singers last night. That was fun. Um Spanish. I still haven't taken this test that I was supposed to take, and I'm now. It was a retake, so I felt really bad. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, I forgot, even though I didn't. I just haven't been studying. But I'm going to study tonight, which is why I'm doing my vlog now, because I just got home. I'll explain that in a little bit. But, like, yeah, because I'm going to actually go and do homework. Crazy shit right there. Went to lunch, had to run and get the Grease order form tickets, ticket order forms, then ticket form ordered tickets, right? Yeah, it makes sense. Ticket order forms, run back to, lunch, there we go. Then, Jim was supposed to be in the PAC today, which is the Performing Arts Center. I will forever refer to it as the PAC. 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 Performing Arts Center, PAC. PAC. There we go. It was supposed to be in there because the ROTC, or which is the JR ROTC, I don't even know, whatever. The ROTC, which is like the Navy, but like in our school. I'm not entirely sure what ROTC is. All I know is that it requires a uniform every Thursday, and you have to do push-ups and shit, and you like help our country. So I don't know. I don't do it. I have a lot of friends that do it, but I don't do it. It's a class, by the way. I don't have room for that in my schedule. So Miss P, who is the theater teacher, is all of our music wing is in one area now. So like I run over there and I walk into the PAC, and then like in 5 minutes, this one kid comes in and he's like, "I just saw Coach, and you told me to tell you guys that the ROTC thing ended early, so we're going to the gym." So we went to the gym, and every year around Valentine's Day, they do this. I don't remember who like sponsors it or whatever, but it's like this compatibility thing. And then they, in like 2 weeks, they give you like who you're most compatible with. As like they have like your friend, they have like who'd be your best friend, and then like who you should date, and like then there's options like in your grade, in different grades. I usually end up buying all of them because I love to laugh my ass off at the suggestions they give me. Last year they were like, "Oh, you should date this guy," and I was like, "That fucking loser, no." Well, not like loser isn't like he's a nerd or whatever, because I know, you know, You know. I mean loser as in, like, he's the douchebag, thinks he knows everything, doesn't shut the fuck up in class. I don't have any more of those in my class. Well, I have a few, but I really don't have too many more because I'm now in all advanced courses. So they pretty much are just in regular classes. That sounded really elitist. Oh my god. But it's a fact. Sorry. Sorry. Whatever. I don't... Yeah, I forgot. I went completely off... Oh, yeah. But Caitlin and I... Caitlin's in my gym class. We were sitting there doing it, and we're like... We're sitting there, and... We're filling stuff out, and we're like, oh, okay, okay, and we're like we're sort of making fun of it, but sort of like laughing our asses off at the same time. Then it came to favorite card game, so we're like looking at it, and then the last one says Pokemon, so we're just like, Pokemon! We went back to the gym, by the way, and did this quiz. We just went Pokemon at the same time. It was so funny. And like these other kids that I'm friends with that are mostly in the theater department, they're just like, yes, and we're like, yeah, we're such nerds. We're so cool. Yeah, there was that. And then afterwards we looked at each other's like cuz we were talking through the whole time, but like we were pretty much just sitting there like agreeing on a lot of stuff or going like what the fuck. So afterwards, we look each other's over, and ours are exactly identical. Like, that doesn't make sense. Exactly identical. That's like super dead. That just doesn't make sense. Whatever. Well, ours are identical. Anyway, I put them next to each other, and I checked each of the answers, and I was like, Caitlin, if we don't get each other's best friends, there's something wrong with this system. Because they are literally exactly the same, except for our names. That's the only thing that's different. I found that hilarious. Then I went to chem, and I actually, like, understood what we were doing. To a point. Oh, crazy shit. Then I went to US, where I got to pick my course for next year, or at least half of it, because they haven't updated our system to allow for half-year courses yet. So, I'm in super psych next year. Psychology. Yeah. I'm actually really excited for that because I really like psychology, and I'm planning on double majoring in it because I find it absolutely fascinating. But, you know, whatever. No big deal or anything. Well, double majoring in psychology and acting, because I can't double major in just psychology, because then I'd just be taking the same major twice. That'd be stupid. What was I saying now? Oh, yes. Then I went to, AP Language, and we talked about next year's courses for quite a while. And I realized I'm starting to understand what's happening in that class. And I was just like, I don't know. I'm fairly certain that part of it is Christine, because she talks about all this, like, she analyzes stuff all the time, and I swear to God, like, being on I'mNotOkay.net has, like, opened my mind to a whole other fucking world of thought, and it's just like, you know, when something just clicks, and you're like, I get it, that happened in AP Language! I am so excited. I'm probably still not gonna get on like a fucking 5 on the AP Language exam, but I will definitely pass it, and that is awesome. And then went to Creative Expressions, and I finally got to do the acting, because we're doing this acting, and like, my emotion was relief. So like, with relief, you can't just be like, because like, that has no pretense. That's like, oh, you're breathing. So I walk in, and I'm like, and that was like that took 2 seconds. Like, I was just like, Mr. Lobo, I don't know how long 10 seconds is. I can't tell up here. And he was just like, oh, okay. So they were like, oh, what did she do well? And what could she have improved on? Or what did she do not do well? So they say, like, what did I do well? And they were like, oh, yeah, like this and this and this and this. And they were like, oh, yeah, what did she do bad? Silence. And I was like, it's okay. I know I'm perfect. Lols. Just kidding. I'm kidding. I don't think I'm perfect. Not at all. But it was just like, yeah, whatever. I'm okay. It's okay. It's okay. I'm perfect. I know. Folk. Lols. My life. And then I had Ursus, and I really liked... Let me get it out here. Come here. Come hither. Come hither, poem. Or it wasn't a poem. It was like... It was a story. It was a story about, I read it, because we read them out loud, and I actually ended up reading this one because nobody else volunteered. But, like, I actually really liked it a lot. Like, a couple of people didn't like it at all, and, like, we haven't rejected anything in a while. I think the last piece we rejected was actually one of mine. It was actually really bad, and I don't remember why I submitted it at all. It was so bad. Oh my god. What even? But, like, I felt like I was like an advocate for the word fucking, because in it says fucking assholes, and I don't want to read you actually, you know what? I'm going to read you the whole damn story. I'm going to do it because I am allowed to have over 15-minute videos, so I can do whatever the fuck I want, just like Lindsay, because she's fabulous. Here we go. She used to hang around town a lot. She was this little old lady who'd walk through town every morning. I'd watch her approach from a distance, always on foot, growing as she got closer. She'd look into each shop, taking her time at each. I never saw her talk to anyone, but then again, I never saw anyone talk to her. Her last stop was always the market. She'd come at 12 noon every day. During the summer, I'd watch her from the register 3, and she'd examine the produce out front before coming inside. Even then, in the sweltering sun, she wore a long black dress, carrying a wooden basket, one she probably wove herself, and her gray hair was tied in a knot. At 12:15, she'd come inside holding her wooden basket, sometimes full with ripe fruit and at other times empty. Even our manager, Rich, didn't force her to take a plastic basket owned by the store, or even worse, a giant cart. She was harmless, a friendly, wrinkly face. She was untouchable. I'd watch her work her way through each aisle. Even if I was busy ringing up other customers, I would notice her pausing in front of the market's bakery each day. At 12:30, she'd make her way to the registers. She always went to a different one, so I'd make bets with myself about when she'd come to mine. It was a way to pass time. When she did come to me, I never said anything. Everything I thought to say didn't seem smart enough or original enough to say to her. I didn't want to embarrass myself, but I smiled and she did too. It was nice. One day she was outside collecting produce in her wooden basket. It was probably the hottest day of the summer. The sun was beating down on her, yet she still wore that long black dress. Suddenly, a group of guys I go to school with started talking to her. I couldn't hear what they were saying, but it didn't look nice. They were antagonizing her with these sick grins splattered across their faces, looking at each other for agreement to see if they were doing a good job. Doing a good job of being fucking assholes, if you ask me. She was silent. She just kept looking through the produce as if they weren't even there. This went on for a couple minutes. My feet were frozen to the tile floor. I felt horrible just watching it. Finally, after their laughs grew so loud I could hear them inside, I moved my feet to the door. As I stepped outside, I caught them knocking her wooden basket to the ground and stomping on it. Fruit and vegetables rolled across the burning pavement. I started screaming at as the boys scattered. I don't even remember what I said, but I'm sure she wasn't impressed by my choice of words. I didn't care. They deserved it. I helped her pick up the fruits and vegetables that were still good, telling her not to worry about paying for anything. It wasn't her fault. I told her to follow me inside to put the food into a basket in the store. She just said, "Thank you, but I'll be going home now." She picked up the pieces of her wooden basket and walked away, standing tall, untouchable. Until she was out of sight, I stood there holding a bunch of apples and mushrooms, speechless. The next day, I was eager to see her at 12 noon sharp. I'd gotten her a new wooden basket and couldn't wait to give it to her. But noon came and went. I waited till the market closed. I stored the basket under my register. She didn't come the next day. She didn't come the day after that. A month later, and she still wasn't around. It's been 2 years since I last saw her. I've still got her new wooden basket under my register for whenever she decides to come back. I can wait. Now, I loved it. A lot. Wait, I should pause. Absorb. Let you absorb it. Pause. Okay. I loved it. I thought there were a couple things that I was like, oh, maybe that could be changed, whatever. That can just be like, they can talk to the person and have it fixed in the editing room. Like, not a big deal. But a lot of people did not like the use of the word fucking. They thought it did not. They thought it was out of place and oh gosh, that was so out of focus. Why did I not even notice that? Whatever. I was in focus. They thought it was like out of place, and I was like advocating this one other kid and I were like advocating for it. And then finally we got some other people and they were like, actually, I can see that. Yeah. Yeah. And I was like, yes, yes, yes. And then the piece got accepted and I was like, yes, yes. And we were talking about it and I felt like I was kind of I felt like I turned into an English teacher because I felt like I might have been pulling out things that weren't there. But, whatever. Yeah, so that was nice. Then I went to rehearsal. Miss B started yelling again. Our lead is sick. Female lead is sick. Our male lead doesn't know his lines. Our supporting characters don't know their lines. We actually ran one scene pretty well. We got another lecture. They said I didn't pay for my costume, but I did. I told them I did. They told me they would clear it up. Okay. That was not too bad. Went home for about 20 minutes. Ate a chicken pot pie. Left. Went to 7 Stars. 7 Star! 7 Star. Which is a dance. It's a school of performing arts. And on Thursdays I take singing lessons there. And I was listening to Sweeney Todd because I have an audition for Sweeney Todd. And, there's 2 other shows, but I want to be in Sweeney Todd. Technically, you audition for all 3, but I want to be in Sweeney Todd. I want to be in Sweeney Todd. That's what I want. I need that to happen. Anyway. So I'm sitting there listening to it, and I'm like, I haven't listened to this in forever, because I was going to listen to it today, and then I went on my iPod, and it just disappeared, and I was like, why? 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 But then I got it on my iPod, and now everything's okay. That was so dramatic, oh my god. Whatever. So I was sitting outside, the studio after my singing lesson, in which I did pretty well. It was actually the first, normal singing lesson we've had that wasn't, exceedingly awkward or anything. It was nice. I liked it. We started on time and we ended on time, so. And then I was sitting outside just singing Sweeney Todd. And. Okay, so I'm in my vocal lesson. Anyway, let me finish up my story. Okay. So, my day, got in the car, came home, now I'm here. There we go. After singing lessons, sat outside, sang, got in car, left, came here, now I'm doing this. God, I just jump all over the place. Whatever. I need to... Whatever. I don't even know. Whatever. So I'm in singing lessons, and the woman's talking to me, and she's like, oh, have you thought about, do you know what you're doing for college? And I'm like, well, I'm a junior, so I haven't been accepted to, like, she asked if I had been if I knew what college I was going to, and I was like, well, I haven't been accepted to anything because I'm just a junior, so I didn't, like, I haven't even applied yet. And she was like, oh, have you thinking, like, and then later she was like, oh, okay, because I'm going back, to get, like, a master's for being, like, a vocal teacher. And I was like, oh, that's cool, okay. And then later on, after singing, we're singing this song, Panis Angelicus, and she asked me if I'd ever thought of being an opera singer, because apparently she thinks I can do that, and I was like, oh wow, like, thank you. I'm not gonna. Do you want me to sing it for you guys? I don't know. I don't know if you want me to sing it. If you're still watching this after everything and you want me to sing it in my next vlog, comment on this video and I'll sing it for you guys. It might not be perfect because, like, I've only been working on it for a little while, but, you know, whatever, I can try. So, yep. Oh, and I got my Grease t-shirt. Grease 2011. I think I like the t-shirt better than the actual show. I'm a T-Bird, by the way, but I don't feel like getting up and turning around, so you can't see the back of my shirt. Maybe I'll show it to you guys some other time, but not today. Sorry.